Howdy folks, welcome back for the Command Arc. We're in Duluth today because we're going to do some 727 landing practice. Hopefully I can do 2 or 3 circuits around the airport here and land this plane. The reason for this is, if you remember, the last time we flew this thing, we crashed and burned. And that was the only time I have ever crashed this plane. And the only thing I can think of is that the plane updated and X-plane updated. So I came in too slow, too fast. I don't know what was going on. It just wasn't responding the way I was used to it. So therefore we crashed. So we're going to give this a shot. I wasn't really going to do this video. I was just going to wait till our next flight, but this has kind of been bugging me. So I wanted to get some practice in, although it's going to be a while before we fly this again in an actual A to B flight. So I might forget everything, but no harm in practicing. So I already have it up and running just to save some time. It looks like we have someone else waiting for us to take off too. So we're going to hop in a second. We're just going to take off. I already have the ILS, the localizer tuned in. And everything is ready to go. So we're going to take off, do a circuit, and land a couple times. Hopefully, if we crash the first time, I have to restart it. But hopefully we can land a couple times. So let's hop inside. If we look down here, localizer is tuned in, and it's set to 273. So we should be good to go. No autopilot, of course. I don't really care about our altitude selector. Let's just get out of there. All right. What power? I've never had that come up before. I did a quick startup. I didn't really do a full startup. How come we don't have hydraulic pressure there? Because I was set to APU. There we go. I was set to APU and APU's off. There we go. Nice. Everything should be good now. Right? I think so. We're still up and running. Yes, we are. Alrighty, what are we going to do here? We're just going to take off. Flaps are already set. Everything's ready to go. So let's spool this thing up gently and get in the air. I feel like we're sitting kind of high. There we go. Let's do that as our preset 1. Alright, adjusting presets on the fly here. Well, we don't need to take off at 100. We'll take off at 97. There we go. And just let this thing go for a bit until it's ready to go. Alrighty. V1, rotate, and up we go. Don't tail strike. Very nice. Gear coming up. And flaps coming in. Bring that power way back because we're not going to climb very high. We're going to climb to about 3,200. And then that's all we're going to do.
Don't sink.
I'm sinking now. I let my flaps out too soon. Let's not crash as we take off. Good grief. That would have been really funny. That would have been really funny. Alright, here we go. We're at 1900 already. Let's start slowing this thing down. We're way faster than we need to. There's 23, 25. I'll just come way back. Trim it forward. There we go. Keep our speed about 200 here. And there's 3,000. Close enough. Alright, so what do we need when we approach? We need to approach at flaps 30, which is right there on the dial. And then there's 3,200. Let's try to level off. And get first side flaps out. And what was I saying? Flaps 30, 120 on the speed plus 5 plus gust. We don't have any gust. Well, there's off for this test, so there's 5 right there. So between the 2 flags, basically, is what we want to approach and touchdown at. Approach at this second flag, touchdown in between the flags, more or less. So we're going to do a sharp crosswind here, and then we'll do our downwind. Actually, we'll just keep circling. I know where the runway is because of this. So this is basically the runway. So we're perpendicular to the runway right now. First set of flaps are out. So this first circuit, we're going to talk through it. But then the next landing and stuff, I'm just going to wait till we're approaching before I jump in. Just because I don't have to talk this out every time. But here we go. Let's keep it like this. We did veer to the right a little bit, so we don't completely want to come around too fast because we wind up on top of the runway. Alright, let's not climb. We're still really, really climbing because I was trimmed for a steep climb, and we don't quite want that. Alright, let's finish out our turnaround here. Let's start coming down a little bit. Let's stay about 3,200. And if we were to do the 15 nautical mile arc as the approach of this airport, that's where my screen name or my YouTube channel name came from. If we were to do that, we'd want to be at 3,200 right now. So let's start coming down. And then get a second set of flaps out probably, because we're not going to go that fast either. There we go. So now we are perpendicular, parallel to the runway. There it is. And I knew that just from looking at the gauges. I didn't have to look, but we look for fun. Alright, let's hold the speed. Maybe slow down a little bit more even. So we'll pitch up for speed and then we'll bring throttles back so we don't ascend, because we definitely want to start descending. And we're just going to fly a ways. We need to get quite a runway here. So let's not think too much to be. What's our flap schedule anyway? What does it say over there? It says flaps at 170, flaps 5. So we're about ready for, yeah, we're at flaps 5 already. So we're good on flaps. Alright, let's just keep descending here. So bring throttles back so we descend. So we're pretty much at straight and level flight. I have no hands on any controls. Nothing is on my controls. I'm just sitting in my chair, just hanging out. No controls at all. We're holding at about 34, coming down very slowly to 32, holding our speed at 170, or actually it's 180, isn't it? But we're level and we're doing what we want to do for the most part. All right, let's start coming down a little bit so we get to 3,200. There isn't going a ways. Well, we're starting to veer to the right. We don't want to do that. We are going to use the localizer to line us up, just for that practice as well. Okay, so flaps at 5, haven't made any changes there. We'll have gear once we come down on final. But we will get more flaps out in a moment before our final, I think. We're just going to fly away. Just keep flying and flying. We'll be a little bit below where we want it. Maybe we want to be at 3,200. I want to be at 3,200, 5.2 miles away, although I don't see DME. So, we don't know how far away we are. So that's too bad. I guess I could put the VOR in there maybe, and then we would know the VOR is 112.6. Let's do that. Let's put the VOR in 2. 112. Come on. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, that's why. 112.6. And this show up down here. And there you go. 8 miles. Okay. Good. We're 8 miles away. I really should adjust my view so I can see that better, shouldn't I? Can we do that? Nope. No matter what we do, it's in the way. Alrighty. Let's see. We're veering to the left a little bit. We're 9 miles away. We want to remain within 15, it says. So we'll give ourselves that. And then we'll turn around and there'll be the airport. We'll start landing. We should pick up a glide slope too once we turn around this corner. But right now we're drifting towards the runway. We don't want to do that. We won't be able to make that turn. So let's swing wide here a little bit so we can come back in a moment. Alright, we're 10 miles out, so let's slow this thing down. Let's get geared down while we're turning. I said I wasn't going to do that, but we are. Let's get another set of flaps down. And let's turn this thing around. Let's try to get to 160 or so. What's our flap schedule say down there? 25, 15 at 160. We got 15 now. That's good on the schedule. Whoop, we're going to sink because I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing. Get that throttle going. It is really tough to turn while you're managing all this stuff. I'm going to come at about a 40-degree angle. Well, let's actually go like this for right now because I know where we are, but looking at that gauge. So gears down. Whoop, we got to get our brakes ready here. I'm going to go max because I'm a wimp. And we got our glide slope, so let's level off. So increase throttle to level off. And then we need 2 more sets of flaps, but we won't do that till we get to about 140 or so. Which will be soon. Whoop, see, and there's our runway because I was looking at something else. Flaps 25. And let's quickly get back. And let's not descend, which we're not, but let's not descend. And we got plenty of time, so let's not overshoot too much. And flaps 30. And we're just going to ride this in. Let's not descend. Let's look at our localizer. Let's try to fly to that glide slope. Stay level, but get to the glide slope. Alright, and we're approaching the runway. So let's just stay a little bit like this. A lot more throttle. Let's stay above that second flag. And then we want to approach at that second flag. And then we're going to touch down between the flags. And why are we climbing? Here we go. I'm just going to line this up with the localizer and glide slope here. Of course, you could use autopilot to get you all set up. And then you would just land at the last minute. But we're doing all this manually today. In case you're wondering what's going on, which I'm sure you're not. But in case you were wondering what's going on, normally I would use autopilot to get us all lined up. Here we go. Localizer says we're lined up. So let's turn towards 273 and try to fly a straight line. And then we're going to stay level until we intercept this glide slope, which we sort of intercepted already, but I didn't do a very good job. Flaps 30, gear down, holding 140. And away we go here. Whoop, we're drifting to the right a little bit according to the localizer. And now we're intercepting the glide slope very quickly, so let's start coming down a little better than 500 feet per minute. Keeping our speed, keep an eye on the speed, keep an eye on that glide slope. Feel like we're so high, but we're not. Keep our speed up. Keep our speed up. Well, not below the glide slope. It's very mad at us. But I think we can do this time. I'm sweating like crazy. I don't know why. Alright, keep an eye on that glide slope and keep our speed down. Now our speed is really fast. And we're late on our glide slope. That seemed really steep. Yeah, I know. So here we go. Keeping our speed where it needs to be. And let's go sterile.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And landing very long. I forgot to arm the spoilers. That's okay. Forgot to arm the spoilers. But the landing wasn't bad considering the last time was such a screw up. Auto brakes disengaged, and let's. Think we can go around. Think there's enough room to go around. Bring in flaps to 20. Quickly. Quickly bring flaps to 20. Think we're gonna do it? Yeah, got it. And off again. Whoa. Climbing, gear up, bring throttles back here. So, we landed very, very long, and I forgot to arm the spoilers. But other than that, that was a pretty good landing considering how awful the previous one was. So let's change a few things here. Let's keep our flaps where they are. Let's bring that back to max. And if we come down here, this arms the spoilers? Yes, that arms the spoilers. Okay, so let's see if we can do that again. I don't have to change anything, I just have to fly around. So let's actually bring in the last flaps, because we're going pretty fast. So let's fly, actually let's not fly out this far this time. Let's turn around right away, and then let's fly out on the next one. So there's 3,200 already, so let's stop climbing if we can. And we're going to fly a little bit, not quite parallel, because I want to give us some space, because that was a really sharp turn. I want to give us some room to work with. So let's see, there's the airport, as it should be. What we're going to do, yeah, let's get our speed back. I don't want to go above 200, there's no need to. So let's stop climbing. Stop climbing. So, RTO, And we have them, because that's out, so that's in. Yep, those are spoilers armed. I really want to get this flap schedule figured out better. Just keep an eye on this here. So we're doing level flights, 200. We're still climbing. Stop climbing. 25 is 140. So we can. So what is it? It's 0, 200, 190, 60, 50, 40. Okay. I want to be as realistic with the flap schedule as possible. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm looking over here, by the way, compared to here. Let's see. Is their V card still set up for landing? It is. We're losing fuel, so it's going to be down one knot, but that's okay. And, yeah, so 25, 140. So basically at 140, we should have all of our flaps out, which is going to be 30 for landing. Okay, we're all set. I'm just going to fly away. There's an airport back there. And when we're ready to land the second time, I'll join you. Alright, we're about to turn around. So just one more time. Max there. And spoilers are armed there. And let's get our first set of flaps out. We'll get geared down on our final this time. But here we go. Flaps 5. A little fast, I guess. Well, that's right, 180. Yep. We got to get down to 3200 and hold it there. And we're going to keep our turn going. There we go. So we do not want to descend anymore because we're below glide slope. So let's stay at 3200. Fly towards the runway here at about 40 degrees or so. Like this. And I didn't give us very much time on this one, did I? Very much space. We're within 6 miles instead of 15. It's gonna be a sharp one. Let's get gear down. Let's slow this thing down while maintaining altitude. We have a very, very short final. Oops, but that's okay. We'll still nail this. Stop descending. Let's slow down so we can let out more flaps. So pitch up to slow down. And yeah, very slow to respond. So the difference between flying previously and flying now after the plane update and simulator update is that it's much slower to respond, probably much more realistic, and that caught me off guard. That's why we crashed. So if I can, oh, here we go. We're ready for flaps 30 already. Let's not slow down yet though. Let's stop descending. Flaps 25. We should see the runway come across the localizer any second now. And flaps 30. Keep that speed up. I'm going to soften our approach because it's be a short final. There we go. Localizer established. Ooh, keep that speed up. Look at, see, this is what happened last time. We got very slow very quickly. Let's not do that. Let's see, now bring the throttles back and it's still climbing in speed. So very slow to respond. I think that was what my problem was. Yeah, let's keep our speed up and get back down to that glide slope. So the approach is crappy, but that's because I kind of just want to try landing again. So yeah, keep our speed down. There we go. Like they say in the 727, if you can see the runway, you can land on it. Keep our speed up now. See, it's really slow to respond. Wow, very tricky. But I think we can do it.
500.
Okay, let's keep our... Oh boy, that plane better hold. Is it going to hold? It's not holding. Oh well.
400.
Okay, keep an eye on our speed. We're going to land between the flags again because it's 119 plus 5 plus gusts. So let's not... Here we go. Let's try not to land as long either.
Sync rate.
Sync rate? What?
Sync flight 100.
That's a great sync rate.
50, 40, 30,
Flare
20,
and
10.
land. Gosh. Where is it? There we go. Nope. I mean, we're on the ground. If that were crosswind landing, that'd be fine. It landed right main first, then left. So that was terrible. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Spoilers coming in. Flaps 20. Full throttle. I don't know why that was so bad. Probably. Oh, I know why. You know why? Because my approach was terrible. Flaps start in, right? Oh, too many flaps came in. What? I hit my button too many times. We're up. We're up.
Flight slow. Flight.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Alright. Let's see here. Now flaps can come in. Throttles can come back. Okay. Let's regain control of this aircraft. Come on. Alright, so the answer to the question, why was that such a bad landing? Because the approach was terrible. I didn't give myself enough room to line it up. So we had a terrible approach. That's basically what happened. Come on. Okay, let's get that reset. Let's get the spoilers reset. And let's keep an eye. Oh, flaps have to come in at the speed. Let's slow down. Climb back to 3,200. And make a U-turn. And I'll catch you, hopefully, on a much better final. Alright, we're 15 miles out and about 3,200 feet. So we're going to make our turnaround now. We're going to try to maintain 3,200 feet until we intercept the glide slope. So the first landing was great, even though I forgot the spoilers. The first landing was great because I was concentrating and I had a nice long approach. The second landing was terrible because I had a terrible approach and I wasn't really concentrating as much for some reason. So we're going to try this again. Last time, no matter what happens, this will be our last time. If it doesn't go well, then I just need to practice more. If it does go well, then we should be all set for our next flight. We are losing altitude. So let's stop losing altitude. First set of flaps coming out. We'll do gear here as soon as we're on final. But let's keep our altitude up here so that we can stay at 3,200 before, or 3,200 intercept glide slope. So we're going lower than we want to go. So let's increase the throttle to increase our altitude a little bit. And let's see, come on, increase that throttle. Second set of flaps and gear coming down. Let's stop losing altitude. Come on. More throttle. Get that altitude up. There you go. Whoops. And I wasn't watching the other gauge, so now we're not approaching at a very good attack here. And come on. Keep that altitude up until we intercept glide slope. There you go. So let's approach like this. Also keep in mind a few things. Normally we would be vectored around this with ATC probably to get in line with traffic, although there's not much traffic at this airport. And then secondly, we would be using autopilot mostly until we just about to land. Not necessarily for sure, but mostly we would. Alright, let's line up with our runway here. And there's 3,200 feet, so we can level off now. And a little too aggressive on lining up the runway. So let's just follow that line. That's not descend yet. Oh my gosh. Trim, trim, trim. Because I'm fighting the yoke way more than I need to. Alright, gonna follow that needle a little bit here. Let's start slowing down without losing any more altitude. Because we've lost enough altitude as it is. Alright, let's just hold at 3,000 since that seems to be where we settled in. Again, don't lose any more altitude, but we don't want to lose speed. Next set of flaps. Let's redo our V card because we've been burning fuel. 121. Because I had to refuel, by the way. Alright, now we're landed with our runway. There we go. Next set of flaps. We're at 160, so let's come down to about 140. Then we can have flaps 30. Do not lose any altitude yet. Maintain our altitude. Next set of flaps. More throttle. Because we're going to want to sink and slow down at the same time. We want to stay above 140 right now. So we want to be 121 plus 5 is 126 plus gusts. There are no gusts, so we're going to aim for 130. Flaps, alright, so gear down, flaps down. Spoilers armed. Brakes, auto brakes set. Let's stay at 140, not any slower. Let's maintain altitude till we establish a glide slope. Now we're a little bit to the right of the runway, so we're going to chase back. Alright, we're intercepting glide slope, so let's start coming down about 500 feet per minute or so. So bring throttles back to do that. We're not going to point down. We're going to bring throttles back. We're going to point the same with our yoke to keep the speed where we want it. We do not want to go low. See, now this is touchdown speed. That's too slow. We want to get up there. So we're going to point down to speed up. We'll give it some throttle so we don't descend because we're still a little below glide slope. Just a little. All right, runways to the left. Let's not speed up that much though. We're established on the glide slope. And we're going to come in for our landing. Keep our speed up. There we go. We only want to lose 4 knots now to touchdown. Be very careful. Alright, we're established on the glide slope. Runway's a little bit to the left. I feel like there's a crosswind, but there isn't. I turned weather off. At least I think I did. Maybe we do have a crosswind. Because I'm having a hard time going left. Here we go. We're holding the glide slope almost perfectly. Best we've done so far. Holding our speed perfectly. Best we've done so far. We're lined up with the runway, almost. And all we need to do now is just slow down a few knots at touchdown, and we'll be good to go. Alright, still on the glide slope, still holding good speed.
500.
We're ready to slow down, but we should slow down within the flare. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's try not to land long, although we have plenty of space. Start to slow down now. You ready for touchdown?
200.
Nice.
Light slow. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Throttles back in flare. Let it come down on its own. We're landing long, but I don't care again. And there it is. Nice. Those will down gently. We're centered. Reversers. Brakes are doing their thing. Let go at 40. Auto brake disengaged. Flaps coming in. That was a textbook landing. I know it looks like we landed long, but it wasn't that long. When I watch planes land at MSP, there's the touchdown zone, and not a single plane. I stayed at the hotel there, so I watched hundreds of planes land one night. Not one was in the touchdown zone. They were all way beyond the touchdown zone. And I talked to my pilot friend. He's like, yeah, we never land in the touchdown zone. We always land past it. So what they seem to do is hover over the runways for a soft touchdown, and that's exactly what we did. So that is as good as it gets. We're even centered. I can't believe it. Now if I can land the little planes like that, I'd be happy. So anyway, that's all there is to it. I'm going to sign off from inside as you roll out here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you are a subscriber, thank you for continuing support. If you found me by accident, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. And if you have a request for any flights, let me know in the description below. I always put those ahead of my scheduled flights. But until then, we finally landed the 727. And I'll see you next time.